36 holes down, 36 to go, and it is shaping as a classic here at the Australian Golf Club for the 2014 Australian Open. I'm joined by iSeekGolf.com analyst Bruce Young. And Bruce, it's tight at the top of the leaderboard. Greg Chalmers, a two-time winner, 5 under today, 5 under on his own at the top of the leaderboard, but plenty in the running.
Yeah, look, as you said, he's been a two-time winner back in 1998 and 2011. He just seems to like this golf tournament. Maybe it's a style of game that suits the grinding type of golf course, and this certainly appears like it will be that way. He's been all over the world over the last 6 or 7 weeks or so. He has to now, because he has to chase events on the PGA Tour. He only has limited status, so he's done that. He's played in Perth and in Malaysia and in the United States and in Mexico. Missed the cut last week at the Masters. That was probably as a result of all the jet lag that he had. But this week he seems to be playing a lot better, in a lot better frame of mind, and the results are telling the story.
Yep. He talked about that, Bruce. He told us he was tired last week, but that this week playing a bit better seems to be giving him a bit more energy.
I don't feel jet lag. It's just my 6th event in a row, and I'm trying to conserve my energy. And ironically, the more birdies I make, it seems to be the more energy I have. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, no doubt that 7 birdies around will definitely energise a professional golfer, Bruce. I understand. What won't energise Greg Chalmers so much? Rory McIlroy, the world #1, breathing down his neck, 1 shot behind.
A little bit disappointing in the early part of his round today, but he brought it home strongly and just 1 shot behind the lead and 2 ahead, of Adam Scott. He has to be the threat by the time Sunday comes around. He's the world #1. He's the hot shot, if you like. He's playing very nicely. He's going to be a big factor come Sunday afternoon.
And you do feel he hasn't quite hit his stride yet,
exactly right, yeah.
Which is kind of scary. Adam Crawford's also there at 4 under, as is Todd Sinnott. We'll talk about Todd Sinnott in a minute, but Jordan Spieth, the overnight leader, 1 over today, not quite as sharp, but not out of it by any stretch.
Yeah, look, it was a bit disappointing in some respects. He had the advantage of the early morning conditions because he played with Adam Scott, but he wasn't able to take advantage of them. But still, he's just a couple behind the lead, really very much in the thick of things after bringing some pretty good form to the event following his good finish in Japan last week.
Yeah, as you said, he played with Adam Scott. Course record for Adam Scott today. Held it for about an hour until Jamie Lovemark broke it, but 5 under par. We probably expected it, but expecting it and seeing it are 2 different things.
Exactly right. We did expect him to come back after that very ordinary, indifferent first round yesterday where he was 5 over par through 9 holes, eventually finished 3 over, but the way he came back today is typical of the way he's been playing of late and for the last 2 or 3 years for that matter. A very impressive round of 66 to get him. By the time he finished his round, he was just 1 big shot behind the lead. He's now 3 shots behind the lead, but you'd think by the time Sunday comes around, he's going to be right knocking on the doorsteps of those ahead of him at the moment and potentially with him come that time.
Indeed. Jordan Spieth spoke yesterday about how impressed he was with Adam Scott holding it together during a round of 73 yesterday, and Adam spoke about how he did that in today's press conference.
And also the big thing is belief. I mean, in your ability to peg it back and not completely losing the head after 9 holes yesterday and shooting 6 or 7 over, knowing that I didn't have to be a hero on the back 9 yesterday, I just had to peg it back a little bit.
Yeah, a little insight into just how the world's best do it there, Bruce, from Adam Scott. The last 2 I wanted to talk about, Jeff Drakeford and Todd Sinnott, a couple of young guys. Jeff Drakeford, a rookie professional, playing terrifically this week.
In his very first event as a professional, he's had a great season in the United States in amateur events this year, won the Porter Cup, finished runner-up at the Southern Amateur. Just a tremendous start to his professional career.
Great talent. And the other one, of course, Todd Sinnott, we've become familiar with over the summer. This is not the first leaderboard he's been on.
No, he had a very good finish at the West Australian Open. He finished 6th there. He played well at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship and was in the firing line last week at the Masters down in Melbourne, but faded a little bit over the weekend. But still, he's doing very well once again.
Yep, all terrific experience. And it is a mixture of youth and experience who'll fight it out over the last 36 holes here at the Australian Open at the Australian Golf Club over the weekend. We're looking forward to that immensely.